Hello, my name is Michael and I work at Michael's second-hand bookshop in Ramsgate. Today I want to talk about the short stories of Haruki Murakami. So I just finished reading a major magic realist novel by John Fowles, The Magus, and it leaves you in a sort of void in terms of where you are. You haven't really got a clue what to read next and you want to read something. Well, I decided magic realism, and I think Murakami's my favourite living magic realist fiction writer. So I picked up his short stories, or one of the volumes of his short stories. Here it is, Blind Willow, Sleeping Woman, which is just the name of one of the short stories used for the title. And I think it worked. I'm near the end of it and I'm beginning to feel like reading some other major novel. It's, I think, pretty much the first time I've ever reread an anthology of short stories, which was a bit of a weird experience in itself, in as much as short stories don't stay in your mind in quite the same way that a novel does. So I've pretty much got some idea in my accessible memory of the major magic realist novels I've read, but the short stories had completely gone until I picked up the anthology. And with each one came back some of the memory of reading it the first time, which added, I think, to the surrealist aspect of the overall thing. Now, from a book-selling point of view, that's second-hand, Murakami's short stories are going to be quite difficult to find on the shelf of a second-hand bookshop, and even fairly expensive if you buy them second-hand online. I think probably the short story anthologies didn't sell as well, and there just aren't as many in the system. The sort of amount of Murakami we've normally got on the shelf, well, I can show you what we've got at the moment in terms of the novels. And these are going to be selling for about £4 each, and I'm going to be buying them for about £2 each. And that seems to work. I mean, I don't say that we buy all of them over the counter. I buy quite a lot of them by going around the area and looking in places like charity bookshops. And frankly, any Murakami that's a reasonable price I buy, and that means that we manage to maintain some sort of Murakami stock. I think if you just tried to run a second-hand bookshop without making any effort to have him in stock, you'd hardly ever have more than a single Murakami on the shelf. So I'm recommending him strongly as an author. I think he's probably my favourite living author, and I'm very keen on the genre of magic realism, which falls somewhere between realistic writing and fantasy writing, in as much as in most cases it's not all impossible. I mean, some of the Murakamis are pretty much outright fantasy, but some of them fall in that middle area, and that somehow it interests and excites my imagination. Just as a final note, Michael's Bookshop is a general second-hand bookshop. We don't list books online and we don't post books to people. Thank you very much.